it's Joyce Dodge, the MTO Missus. This is part 10. In part 10, we combined 2 days again, because that just makes sense with what we were doing. So on this day, Jean drove us quite a ways up to the point of Denmark. So we went through this town called Skagen, and then from there you go up to the point which is the beach area is called Grenen. And we were up in that area and we just had a blast. Both Anthony and I took our shoes and socks off and rolled up our pants and really walked quite a distance away that had such a high sandbar on it that we could walk quite a ways. Very cold water. But it was just really a fun place. There were a lot of people there, but they were all really cool up there at the point. And so we waded into it, and then Anthony just had a lot of fun running back and forth at the point there from one waterway to the next. It was so cool seeing the waves come in together at that point. So we just really enjoyed that. Then we walked kind of back to the main parking area, which took us past a lighthouse and also a military bunker type thing where they are actively monitoring what's going on with their neighbors. So that was pretty cool. We had a nice day with that, then came back, and then the next part of the video is our last day in Ebeltoft. And so Anthony and I went through the city. They have a museum in their old town hall that had a really cool display on it. It was working from a board that was up, but also had changes at the lower part of this display. That was really very clever, and so we liked that. And then from there, we went and had dinner with Jean. And so I really felt like we had the chance to really see the town well. And so I hope you enjoy our tour of Ebeltoft.
Banned from riding there.
We are slowly, well, I shouldn't say slowly, we're quickly, but we're still a little ways away. We are approaching, what is it, Skagen, which is the northernmost point of Denmark, and a drastic landscape change as we're hitting the dunes, and it looks a little bit like the heaths and such of northern Scotland, just a little bit, in case somebody's going to correct me and say that's nothing like northern Scotland.
Well, we lacked some of the
Eastern or Western Michigan? Western
areas.
Michigan, yeah.
No.
So
That's another lighthouse.
Hey, look, it's another lighthouse. Don't let them kid you. It's a rocket.
We do try to defend our country with those big stone
It's a disguised
rockets.
ICBM.
Actually, that wasn't a bad idea. I might call some friends and saying that we need to erect some more. But don't you think people will be suspicious when there are 6 lighthouses right next to one another?
Probably. Why are there 6 lighthouses here? To really make it bright.
You can spread them out.
Hi, everybody.
Kilometers.
But what is really interesting is the little
There's
box,
water.
The little box on top of that hill.
Water. Yeah, the little box on top of the hill.
Because that's the Navy's outlook, with radar.
And where they control the hidden ICBM.
You can see military establishment, the yellow signs.
Yep.
So you don't go there.
Yeah.
You don't mess with it. I got you. So we are here at Skagen, actually the town of Grenen. And so the northernmost point of Denmark is actually up here, but we're going to be here because this is where 2 different bodies of waters with different currents actually reach. So we want to go down to this point. If we can, we might go up this way, but we're gonna see about waiting. It's about 3 kilometers from here actually down to that tip, which we can walk, but Jean can't. And if Jean wants to go with us, we'll take the trolley down. We're on a little bouncy tractor with a sort of a train coach, specialized wheels, and we are heading, I don't know if you can see the water in the video, you can kind of see it. Now it's opening up more and more water, more and more water. Oh, yes, dear, we can. And out that way is the northernmost point of Denmark. There's a bunch of ships lining up to go through. They're going around the one point. And it may even be heading towards the Kiel Canal, but all right, this is not the northernmost point of Denmark. That's actually down out that way, and I guess it takes about half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe more, to walk that way. Although most of those people walking, they come up here by bus and then they walk back into town. But yeah, about a 45-50 minute walk along the beach, but it doesn't have a public access to it. If you walked along the beach, you could get to it, and that technically is public, but there is no section of it. So the northernmost, the part that goes furthest north on latitude, is way down there. But the thing is, whenever you look at a map of Denmark, it comes to a point, and this is that point. And you have the Skagerrak, or the Skagat, and the Katterak, which are these two different seas, bodies of water. That way is Norway. That way is Norway. Way that way is the UK. And the North Sea is way out that way. I mean, this actually is part of the North Sea. Technically, not technically, but it connects to the North Sea. The North Sea filters into this, and then this is what's between Norway and Denmark here. And then that way is Sweden. And that way is also Copenhagen and the islands way off in the distance and so forth. The various islands, Zealand and Odense and so forth are that way. The big islands that you see as part of Denmark. But this is the point, and you have two different bodies of water. Basically, a connecting flow from the North Sea, and then a connecting flow from the Baltic Sea, although this is not the Baltic and that's not the North Sea, but the North Sea is that way off of this body of water. And then the Baltic Sea, or the Ostsee in German, is that way. But this flows straight into it. These are just sort of channeled off, and they do have slightly different currents, which is why they're considered different bodies of water. Somebody was smart enough, and they're out there swimming. Oh my God, I meant to bring my swimming suit, and I don't know why I didn't. Oh my God, I'm so upset with myself that I didn't do it. But if you look, 20 feet to my left, the water is flowing this way and washing ashore. And yet 20 feet to my right, the water's flowing this way. These are two different bodies of water, and up at the point, they crash into each other. And that's what we're gonna go see. So I'm gonna turn this off until I get up there. Although I will mention this now, according to Jean, some of these vessels might be part of what they call the Russian shadow fleet. They look like abandoned oil tankers, but it's actually some of his ships filled with oil trying to get through the various blockades and see if they can dock somewhere or join up with another oil ship and exchange oil that Putin has technically been blocked from selling. So they try to disguise themselves. as other types of ships, but you just got a whole line of freighters. And I've walked way ahead of Jean and Joyce, but I'll turn this back on when we're all back up at the point because I'm going in the water there.
The Americans are leaving Denmark towards the north, going towards Norway. And that was the last time I saw anything of them. Going out into the Kattegat and Skagen at Grenen.
All right, you already watched Joyce and I go out there, but I'm going to take you out there with me. Joyce has had enough. I'm going further back out. This is amazing. I'm just mad I don't have my swim trunks. Norway is that way, Sweden's that way, Greenland's that way, UK's that way. But you can see, especially where as the currents shift, where they really fight and meet each other, but you can see it coming right here. This right here, look at that, waves coming in from two different directions. So I was trying to duck for somebody because you don't want to ruin their pictures, but this is, oh my God, you go to a map and then that skinniest point of Denmark, that's where we're at. Oh, there's boats and ships. This is, holy cow, what a view, what a view. But yes, watch the water fight with each other. As the wind shifts, sometimes these waves push forward this way, and then the wind shifts again, and those waves push forward back this way a bit. This is so epically awesome. Oh my God. Yep, and just in case, yep, I am in the water. You can actually go out easily another 20 feet without getting my knees too wet. My knees are already wet because I went out that far and got some waves splashing. Oh my God, this is awesome. This is as awesome as anything I've ever done water related. I just want to swim. I want to swim. Yeah, look how far out that guy's gone there. He's found another sandbar or what have you. We were talking to him a little bit ago. But yeah, he's way out there. Good for him. All right, but I should go back in. As awesome as this is, there are other people that want to come out here and get pictures of it without us humans in the way. But, oh my God, waves, waves, water. This is so epically cool. Back there. Yeah, I've got it. All right, we are slowly walking back. The little corner is still, it's way up there, but you can see it. The water on this side, so see, this is actually an old World War II German coastal bunker here. Oh, look at that big rock. That was part of the defenses. And yeah, another one over here. But we still got to work over here. I think we just wasted energy hiking up this hill. All right, so back with more. All right, we started down there and started down there and we went down out that way and then went out to the point here and just walk back along the beach and then up here. Hi, Verizon. So north is that way. So Norway's that way. Sweden's that way. Everything else that way. Oh my God. Epically beautiful. Okay. Jean Ricard, wherever you are, hello. We're just driving through Skagen right now, and it's a pretty little tourist and coast town up here.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. But, we're standing at this point, almost like an end point or a start point of a country. There isn't a point like that in the United States where you could say right here the country kind of spreads out from here or ends here, because we've got so much. I mean, you can go stand at the tip of Florida, but that's not where the United States.
That's the station there, the railway station.
Oh, okay.
And
Wouldn't be too bad of a walk with you.
I don't know that there's
Okay, Joyce and I have, it's our last day in Ebeltoft. We took it easy this morning after the long car ride and the amazing emotional views of the northernmost point of Denmark. It really was epic. I don't know if it would ever come across. But now we haven't actually gone through Ebeltoft on our own, so we're going to do that once here. So we have officially hit the pedestrian zone. And, it is a very small town, and it's a small town in Denmark. But it's got its charm and its architecture. And we've been through here on car or with Jean Ricard to see a couple of places, but we haven't really come through it all. So we're going to go through it all now. Jean Ricard lives, if you see that big tangle of trees right there, his house is hidden by all that. But there are subtle differences between Danish and German houses, but the terracotta tiles and that are always going to be common. The windows are a bit different, similar to some of the windows we had in Lübeck and even our hotel in Hamburg. Right down to the ocean. Actually, I'm going down somewhere down there, and I'll be going swimming later today. Oh yeah, isn't it? You haven't stood in the sun enough then. As soon as we're in the shade, and it's very comfortable. Yeah, I was just getting some video of Ludwig here. It's been a epic 4 or 5 days. I think we came in on Monday. Yeah, we came in on Monday, and it's Friday now. And it's our last day in Ebeltoft. We'll leave tomorrow morning. We're going on to Copenhagen or Copenhagen. Yeah. Okay, we are coming up to the town hall. Say what? Oh. So this is the town hall again. We saw it the other night when we went out to dinner down the road here. And here's the Ebeltoft market. And we kind of filmed this earlier because up that way. Compulsory fire duty. Locals had to serve in the fire department. They're paintings of the regions of Denmark. Very cool. This town hall has been here since 1576, but it's gone through different changes. And then this is stuff that they found in the old jail. Came down, I'm in the old jail. This is underneath the town hall. Oh, there's carvings in the wall, including runes. Joyce is coming down. But this is the old jail. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Oh, look at the chains in here.
Yeah.
Is this the prison?
Yeah, this was the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had stuff up there and I was reading about it, but it looked like it was blocked off, but it wasn't. I don't know if this was like a solitary cell. Oh, it went back around. But obviously this is one. And you got chains on the ground here, bars. Huh. Graffiti, but you also have. Oh.
Ja, det kan jeg ikke. Hvad er skeletter, der er hernede? Er det nogen, der har fundet? Nej. Nå.
Joyce, did you go? Oh, you're still this way?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yes, of course you're reading.
Yeah.
Ja, ja, hyggelig at dag, men det der er kæde.
Oh. Shackles. Whoa,
Yeah,
uneven.
watch for hose.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you see til salg, which means for sale, which actually is closer to English than German verkaufen. down here, you can actually kind of see the bay out there. Looking back. But you do have quite a bit of tourists. But yeah, sadly, there's also a lot of apartments and residences for sale. This is a mixture of shops and residential, clearly, because there are signs the card has been for sale. Beautiful flowers. These look like poppies. But definitely seem to see a repetition of styles here, you know, similar houses. But I'll go down to the end and then. But yeah, here we're coming down to the church. And like I said, it was so funny doing this with on Google Maps with Jean, because you'd get so far and then it would completely change and the building would be a different color, something else would be a little off, and you're changing like 6 years. Like, this is from 2019. Now you're in 2025. Okay, now you're 2023. Oh, now it's 2016. But we are. Maybe it is one of your best shots. Alright, so speaking of best shots. Oh, there's a car coming. Delete that one. I was talking on camera about it while we do it.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking on camera now.
I think you had the camera on.
Okay. I think we should go now.
No, I do not mind at all. And I can zoom in. So we are filming. He's ready to go. You said this is the Bay of Kattegat? No?
Kattegat. It's not
Kattegat.
a bay.
Ah.
It's actually the empty of the Baltic Sea in that direction to, to the right of him.
Uh-huh.
And Skagen is to the left of him up north. And if he floats out that way, he will eventually get to the Atlantic Ocean.
There we go, okay. So he can float home. Yeah! Bet it's cold. No foghorn. Yes, but it's Anthony. Well, let's go this way. No less than what I would expect from him.
to go past that wave.
It's okay. The waves bring them back.
Actually, where it's, deep, you can swim along the coast. You can swim, along. You want to.
What do you think? Is it cold?
What?
Is it cold?
It's cold, but it's awesome. Well, I will say it's cold enough that when I dive in, I lose a bit of my breath.
Yeah.
But it's epic. I just swam in the Karaga.
Yeah, but you are actually very brave because the kite surface actually leaves your sweat shoes.
Well, it's not brave, it's called stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm smart enough to know how far to go. There is a little bit of an undertow. It's not a riptide, but there's a bit of an undertow. As I was swimming, it was pulling me that way instead of letting me swim straight to shore. All right, you can, if you want, just stop filming.
Our last meal at Ebeltoft. Actually, we left Ebeltoft and went to a town called Femmola, which means the 5 mills, because there were once 5 different mills in this town back in the Middle Ages and into the 1800s. Beautiful little site here. Awesome place. Awesome place. Awesome place. And Chase is taking pictures of the pond.